ॐ ज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्ण पादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरे प्रिये। नमो महावदान्याय त्विषे नमः। पञ्चतत्त्वात्मकं कृष्णं भक्तरूपस्वरूपकं भक्तावतारं भक्ताख्यं नमामि भक्तशक्तिकं। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। जन्माद्यस्य यतोऽन्वयादितरतश्चार्थसुभिज्ञस्वराट् तेने ब्रह्म हृदय आदिकवये मुह्यन्ति यत्सूरयः। तेजो वारिमृदां यथा विनिमयो यत्र त्रिसर्गो मृषा धाम्ना स्वेन सदा निरस्तकुहकं सत्यं परं धीमहि। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। स्वस्ति अस्तु विश्वस्य खलः प्रसीदतां ध्यायन्तु भूतानि शिवं मिथो धिया। मनश्च भद्रं भजतादधोक्षजे आवेश्यतां नो मतिरप्यहेतुकी। Reading from Śrīmad-Bhāgavata, Bhāgavatam, Canto 10, chapter 31, verse number 19. So this is the last verse of Gopi Gita summary, and it's the essence of the whole chapter. So Gopi said, Yatte sujata charanamburuham staneshu bhitah sanai priyadadhimahe karkasheshu tenatrim matsi tadvyathate kim svet Kurpadibhir bhramati dhir bhavadayusham naha. So Kurpadibhir dhir bhramati. So Gopis are saying that our intelligence is bewildered. And why is that? Because your lotus feet, which are very soft and tender, which we fear to put on our breast, which are hard, with those very feet your wandering in the forest which has pebbles, thorns, and prickly grass. So thinking of that, our intelligence is bewildered. Our life is for you. So Bhavadayushamna, or we give our life to you. So this is their prayer. There is a saying in Sanskrit, Anisht Sankini Bandhu Hridayani Bhavanti, that the hearts of bandhus, relatives, friends, or those who love you, they always have some anxiety about the person they love or the person to their related in love. If the person goes away and was supposed to come in time at certain time and does not come, then immediately the thought comes, what happened? Maybe something happened, maybe he met an accident, maybe he fell down, something. So the heart, always feeling comes like that, Anishta Sankini Bandhu Hridayani Bhavanti. So the gopis also, they are thinking that he must be suffering. He is a grown-up person. He's not a child, he's not a baby. And he goes to forest every day. He's more accustomed to go to the forest than them. But still, out of love, their heart is tormented, tortured. They are very highly disturbed. And they're thinking that Krishna has very tender feet. And we even fear to put his feet on our breast because our breasts are hard. So here in this chapter, many times this thing came about this putting the feet on the breast. This is the actual meaning behind it, that they think that Krishna's feet are very, very tender and he must be suffering, walking at night in the forest. So he should get some comfort by putting the breast and feet on our breast. So this is the mood of gopis towards Krishna. This is how intensely they think about his happiness. So they are practically saying that our life here is coming out. So Tvai Dhritashava, they said earlier also. This also they said in the very beginning, they said Tavakas Tvai Dhritashava-stam vichinvate. So this was the Upkram, the beginning statement that our life heirs are in you, and this is the concluding statement that Bhavadayushamna, that our life is you or it is in you. So this is the crux of the matter, this is the essence, that they live only for him and only for his sake and by his love. And that's why they're surviving, and not seeing him, they are practically losing their life, because they think that something untoward can happen to her, some undesirable thing, he is alone. Therefore they indirectly pray that please come, why he is suffering like this. So Sri Vishnu Chakravarti, he comments on this. Nanu bho rasikaha yat prarthyadve tanme charan kamalam samprati vana brahmana sukhe nimajyati. So Krishna is saying that, O Rasikas, O gopis, beloved gopis, you are praying for my feet, but now my feet are very much engaged in the pleasure of wandering in the forest. So, yasmat kucheshu sthatum navakasam labde. So therefore there is no opportunity, there is no time for the feet to be put on your breasts because they are engaged. You have to take appointment. When they will get free, then I will think. Because there are many people who are waiting for his feet. There's a big queue. Everybody prays for his feet. So he says, all the time my feet are busy because all the bhaktas are praying, please give the shelter of your feet, give the shelter of your feet. He says, on this night, I took out some time to make my feet free from everything right. And now you are praying for it. So just relax. So as if Krishna said this, so then gopis started crying and speaking this verse. So they speak this. Tatra sarodhanam ahu. So they speak while crying. Yatte sujata charanam guruham. So tava sujatam ati sukumaram. Yat charanam buruham. Your lotus feet, they are not only they are tender, but they are extremely tender. Sukumaram and ati sukumaram. Sujatam. Staneshu dadhimahi. So we put them on our breast, but that also we fear. Means even then we are in anxiety that we may not hurt your feet. Tenapi bhita eva vayam. And with that very feet you are wandering in the forest. Tena charanam buruhena atvi matasi iti kakuktya. So as if they are saying with a changed voice, Hanta hanta kidrisham anartham asamahasam karoshi iti bhava. He says, alas, alas, what kind of improper action are you taking? That these feet which are so tender, why are you walking with them in the forest? Nanu katham bhitasthat tatra visheshanti. He says, why are you afraid? I'm walking, the feet are meant for walking only. What else are the feet for? They're meant only for putting on your head, on your breast. They're meant for walking. The primary purpose of the feet is to walk. And that's what I'm doing. So why are you so much in anxiety? So then they speak karkasheshu iti. Stananam kathoratvam eva bhaya hetu rityarthe. He says the reason is that our breasts are hard and we are thinking that how can you walk with those tender feet on the ground? Kimiti tarhi dhadve. So then Krishna says, if you think your breasts are hard, then why you want my feet to be put there? You want to give me trouble or what? So then he says, hey priyati. So priyadadhimahi karkasheshu. So tvam tesu eva svacharanarpane prinasi iti tatsukham alakshe eva iti bhava. He says you want to put them on our breast because that pleases you. So we are speaking this only keeping your happiness in mind and not our happiness. Kincha tadanim charanena stanpidane tvatsukhe sakshat drishtayapi charana saukumarya drishtya eva vyatha-avasyam sambhave deveti. Says that we have seen that you get pleasure by putting your feet on our breast. But seeing how tender your feet are, then we assume that you must feel some pain also with that. So it is shankaya asmakam khedo jayate evetyahu. So it is with this feeling of doubt that maybe you also feel pain that we think like that. Sankai Dadimahi. That's why we put them slowly. That they should not hurt. Like if you have to walk on a ground where there are a lot of pebbles, you don't run there. You can jog on soft ground, but not which is full of thorns. Then you are very careful where to put it. So tat sakhe api arti shankaya khinnatvam iti mahabhav lakshanamidam. So this is also the sign of mahabhav, that where there is the feeling of some anxiety, even when Krishna is feeling pleasure, even then there is a feeling that he may not get some pain, some suffering. So this is how Mahabhav functions. Tena tvat sanyoge api asmakam dukkham vidhatra lalate likhitam eveti dhvani. So he says, this is our fate, this is our fortune, that the writer of the fortune, the Vidhata, has written it on our forehead, that we will suffer either way. When we are in separation, we suffer from separation, and when we are in union, then we suffer with the anxiety that maybe it can cause you disturbance. Kim kartavyam, what can we do? Tapobhir vidhim prati stananam kamlatve prarthamane tab sukham na syat karkashatve chatocharnanam vyatha iti ubhayatha eva sankatam asmakam iti anudhvani. So this is, he is really taking out the sense of Mahabhav from this statement. He says we actually want to do austerity, to pray to Vidhata, the Creator, that you can make our breasts soft. But then we think that if they are soft, then you will not get pleasure. And if they are hard, then you will get pain. So we are confused. What is to be done? So this is the Vyanjana. So bhavatu asmakameva sanyoga viyogayo kashtam tvantu swaritve api kim kashtam sahase. So then the gopis are saying that let we suffer, whether we are in union with you or we are in separation with you. It's all right, that is our fate and we will accept it. But why are you being so frivolous and wandering in the forest and causing trouble to yourself? Why are you making yourself suffer? Swaritve api kim kashtam sahase. Yattena atvim atasi kim charnamburuham etad atavyatan yogyam iti upalambhopi vyanjita. So why you think that I am having suffering, Krishna says? He says you have such soft, tender feet, and with those very feet you are walking around in the forest. So you think that these feet deserve this? So now they are separating Krishna from his feet, as if feet are different living beings and he is separate, and if Krishna is torturing his feet knowingly. So kim charnamburuham etad atavi atanam yogyam. He says, are your feet deserving this, that you walk around with them in the forest? So this is kind of taunting, upalambha vyanjita. Nanu yada yanme manasi ayati tada tad aham karomi iti atra bhavati nam kim. He says, why are you talking like this? I am a human being. I have my own mind. I have my own desires. You think I am your slave? Or I have to do everything what you want me to do? He says, I have my mind. Whatever comes in my mind, I will do that. What this has to do with you? And when you do something, I don't tell you anything. And now you're saying I should not walk in the forest. So then the gopis are saying, Tacharnam ne vyathate kim svidapi. Tu vyathate. She says, are your feet not hurt? Of course, everywhere he is using singular charanam. So I'm using dual or plural, whatever he is saying. But in the sloka, there is only singular. And in the commentary also he uses singular case. It's about only 1 foot. But you cannot walk on 1 foot. So na vyathate kim svidapitu vyathate eva vyathete eva. So certainly kintu tvameva asmasu eva swangesu api nirdaya eva. He says, you are cruel not only towards us but also towards your own feet. So this is quite amazing that somebody can be cruel to one's own bodily limbs and then you torture them. So he says, you can be cruel to us but don't be cruel to your feet. Kimva eta maddukkheneti dukhinyo bhavanti tasmad eta dukhaitum pravrittena maya swadukham api kartavyam sodhavyam sodhavya iti ashena tam vyatham api sahasena. So now gopis, because they said Brahmater dhir bhavadayushamna. So dhi kurpadi bhir bhramti dhi. So there is mentioned here that our mind is bewildered. So now he is making many conjectures to comment on that. What does it mean our mind or our intelligence is bewildered? So gopis are having various conjectures that why is he walking? So the first conjecture is this. He says that are you thinking like this, that these gopis will suffer if I suffer? So generally, people feel happy when somebody else suffers. And they suffer when someone else enjoys. Because people in general are jealous, envious, so they see. But gopis are different. So then Krishna knows this. He says, if I suffer, then gopis will suffer. So I want to make them suffer. And that's why I'm making myself suffer. So therefore they are saying that, is this the reason for you to walk? That eta mad dukkhene ati dukhinyo bhavanti, that these gopis, they will be extremely miserable seeing me miserable. Not only that they will be miserable, they will be more miserable than me. If I have intensity 5 of misery, they will have intensity 50 of misery. So tasmad eta dukkhaitum pravrittena maya swadukham api kartavyam. So then you are engaged in giving yourself pain so that we suffer. You have made this decision and you are tolerating sodhavyata iti ashena tam vyatham api sahase, and therefore you are tolerating walking in the forest with the tender feet. Is this the reason? So that is the first. Kimva asmada dukkha darshan eva tav mahasukham atastam vyatham api tvam sukham eva manyase. Or is it that when you see us suffering, then like jealous people you feel happy, and therefore you make yourself suffer so that we suffer and then you will be happy? So this is complicated. So gopis suffer when Krishna suffers, and Krishna wants to feel happy to see them suffering, so he makes himself suffer. Then gopis suffer, then he feels happy. So say, is this the reason that you are doing it? किंवा संसर्गजा दोष गुणा भवन्ति इति न्यायेन यत् पूर्वं ते हृदयं कुसुम सुकुमारमासीत् तदेव अस्मत् कठोरस्तन संगेन सम्प्रति कठोरम अभूत. Or is it that there is a saying that you acquire the qualities of the person or object with which you associate? So earlier you had a very soft heart, very soft heart, kusuma. But because of your association with our hard breasts, which means you embraced us, and therefore now your heart has become hard by the association of our hard breasts. And that's why you are behaving like this. So they are taking the blame on their own self for his hard-heartedness. Tathaiva tvacharanamapi, or is it that tvacharanamapi stan sangenaiva kathoram abhut atha kurpadibhirapi navyate. And similarly, not only that you have become hard-hearted, even your feet have become hard by the association of your breast, and therefore you don't feel pain while walking in the forest because of the sangha association. The feet have become hard. So this is another conjecture. Kimva tvacharana sparsa mahatmyat kurpadayopi komla eva bhavanti. Or is it that you have some specific power in your feet that when these hard pebbles etc. touch your feet, they become soft by the potency of your feet. Anything which comes in contact with your feet becomes nice. So these hard-hearted pebbles, they give up their hardness. What to speak of human beings? If they touch your feet, they also become soft. Is this the reason that you are able to walk without any pain? Kimva, or dharani eva ati karunyat tvan madhuri asvad lobhadva tvacharan vinyasthale svajibham uthapayati. Or is it that Mother Earth is very compassionate and she cannot see you suffering and walking on her, which is containing all these pebbles etc. So out of her compassion, wherever you put your foot, then the earth puts her tongue there. So your feet are always on the tongue of the earth. Or she actually wants to taste the sweetness of your feet, and therefore she is greedy for the taste, for the makaranda from the honey of your lotus feet, because your feet are called lotus feet and they have special honey dripping from them. So earth is very greedy to have that taste of the honey. So wherever you put your foot, she puts her tongue there and tastes that. Is this the reason that you have no problem in walking in the forest? Or, this is one more. This is the last one. Tvam asmattopi prem sindhu daivashad asmad virha santapto brahman unmad dasam prapta svacharan yathapi na anusandhatse. Or is it that you actually have more love than us? You are an ocean of love, and now by the will of fate we are separated, and because of separation from us you have become completely mad out of separation. So now they are projecting their own bhava onto him as they are feeling maddened in love due to separation. They think that Krishna, because they know that Krishna also loves. So you are completely crazy out of love, and therefore you have lost your consciousness, and thus you don't feel whether you are putting your foot on the hard stones or you are walking on the soft sand of Yamuna. You have no feeling left like that. So therefore you are unable to know the pain in your foot or feet. Iti evam nana karnani paramrishanti nam asmakam dhir bhramati. So in this way, because they were deliberating on various possibilities, why is that Krishna is wandering? They are trying to understand what is actually the true reason that he wanders in the forest like this, and is he not feeling pain? And thinking, unable to ascertain what actually is the reason, he says our mind is bewildered. That is the meaning of Brahmati Dhir Bhavadayusham. So this is the comment on this Brahmati Dhi. Nanu etat kiyat swadukham vyanjat hai aham tu tad dukkham dukkham na manye yena pranas tishtanti. So now the last part of the sloka, Bhavadayusamne, where they are saying our life is in you. So he comments on that. So this is as if Krishna is saying that how much suffering are you undergoing? He says, I don't understand that suffering as suffering when somebody is still alive. He says suffering means that you are not able to hold on to your life here. So aham tu tad dukkham dukkham na manye yena pranas tishtanti. He says any suffering where you can still tolerate and live is not a suffering. Iti ched. So if he thinks like this, then they say Bhavadayushamiti. So he says, yes, we are suffering and we are living only because our life is in you. Means you are living, that's why we are living. There is no other reason. So Bhavati Tvayeva Ayunsi. Our life hairs are in you, and that's why we are able to live. If our life hair was in us, we would have died. So in other words, this is also the life of a devotee. The devotee does not live for his or her own sake. Krishna's devotee lives for the sake of Krishna. This is the meaning that our life is in you. And therefore he will not die. He will live. As long as he can do seva, he will continue to live. Because what will be the purpose of death? So that is the meaning of Bhavadayushamna. And Bhavaneva va ayunsi yasam tasam, or it means that you yourself are our life. So one is that our life is in you, another is that you are our life. Means as long as you live, we will live. We are not going to die no matter how much we suffer. The idea is that if we had our own life independent of you, then we will die if there was too much suffering. But because you are our life, then there is no possibility that we can live. So this is what bhakti means, tat sukh sukhitvam and tat dukh dukhitvam. That you feel happy only when Krishna is happy, the devotee suffers only if Krishna suffers. Means his or her own happiness has no meaning, and his or her own suffering also has no meaning. No matter what amount of happiness or suffering comes to the devotee, if it is not related to Krishna, this does not move him or her from the path of bhakti. So sukhe dukhe samay krutva labha labho jaya jayo. This is what Krishna says. So siddhya siddhya samo bhutva samatvam yoga uchyate. So this is the ultimate yoga. and one has union with Krishna in love, then the happiness and distress do not have an independent value. They are only in relationship with Krishna. So that's what it means, Bhavadayushamna. So this is very interesting. That's why the sloka is like the essence. And they said it in the very beginning also, this very statement, Dhritashava, Tvai Dhritashava, Tvam Vichinvate. So Kalyanvati Tvai Sthite Tu Etavad Bhirapi Kashtair Asmad Ayusham Nanasa Ityarth. So therefore this is the meaning. He says, as long as you are living, who are the source of all auspiciousness, then any amount of suffering we can tolerate. So etavad bhir api kashtair asmad ayusham nanasa. Our life cannot leave us if you are living. I am bhava. So this is the meaning. Bhavan iva asman dukkhaitum pravritto vidher etad vicharayati sma. So this is very funny. He says, just like you are thinking to give us trouble, the Creator also thinks like that. He has also joined hands with you. So Bhavan iva asman dukkhaitum pravritto vidher etad vicharayati. So Creator thought like this. What did he think? Yadi asam ayunsi samprati asueva sthapyashyami tada maddatte rati santape dagdhayusha ima sadhyo marishyanti. So the Creator thought that if I put the life now in these gopis, the life of the gopis, if I put in the gopis, then the trouble which I give them out of love, then they will die because of that. But I don't want to die with them, dying. I want them to suffer. And if they have to suffer, then they have to have their life. It's like people who go to hell, they are given a special type of body, yatana sharira. So then you throw the guy in a boiling oil, then he will not die there. He will only suffer from the boiling oil, but not die. And then they can keep on boiling him like this and then take him out, give him some breakfast, and then throw it again. Yeah, this is their program. They have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then they are thrown back into that. So they have this body, but otherwise person will die. Normal human being with this mortal body is thrown into a boiling oil. How long will he survive? So they survive. So this is what Brahma thought, that if I keep the life air in the gopis, and then I will make them suffer due to separation, by thinking that it is he who has arranged this separation, and then they will suffer, then they will die. But I don't want them to die, I want them to suffer. So I'll put the life in Krishna. So tato aham punah kabhyo dukham dasyami. And if they die, then whom will I make suffer? He is a sadist. Right? You call it sadist, right? He gives suffering to others. So he is a topmost sadist and he wants these gopis to suffer. So he planned it. So therefore what he did, that tasmad asam ayunsi matsa dharmani madbandho krishna nidhai yateshtimam amriyamana parameva dukkham bhojyami. So he says, therefore I have another friend who is similar to me, who is also a sadist, who also likes the gopis to suffer. So I'll put their life in him. So he will hold on to it. Otherwise the life air may leave and then get into them, and then they will die. So he says, my friend is Krishna, and he has same idea as I have. So I'll put the gopis' life into Krishna, and then they will not die. And then I will give them unlimited suffering. Aparam eva dukkham bhojayami. I will make them suffer unlimitedly. Because you can imagine that in Mahabharata, one truti is equal to one yuga. So then how much will be 1 minute, 1 hour? That many yugas the gopis are going to suffer, because they will not die. So this is what it means. Ateva vayam na mriyamahe. He says this is the reason that we are not dying. That you and Brahma, you both have made a pact to make us suffer. Yadva evam dhira eva tad anishayad brahmati. Pranastu asmakam nishayena deha nirgachanti eva iti tvam samprati pashyati bhava. Or the meaning is that it is only our intelligence which is confused, bewildered because of uncertainty or not knowing, not able to ascertain why you have left us. But our life heirs are not confused. Intelligence is confused, but our life heir is very clear. So therefore they are leaving the body. He says, I am going. And therefore this life is coming to you. That's what they mean. Bhavadayusham, take our life and you live as much as you want. So you just watch Pashya iti bhava. See how our life here is living. Nanu ayusi sthite katham nasas. So he says, but your lifespan is still available. So your ayu, your vidya, your dhana, these are garbhasteva panchetani shrujyante garbhasteva dehina. These 5 things are decided at the time of birth itself, how long you will live. So if you have your life here, Krishna is saying, your life here is there, how can you die like this? You cannot die like that. So then they're saying, Bhavad Ayusham, Tvat Samarpit Ayusham, Swayamsi Tubhyam Asmabhi Samprati Dattani. So he says, well, we have our lifespan, but we are offering our lifespan to you. So you live happily. Taischiram Tvam Braja Khel. You enjoy living in Braja for a long time, and we are living. Bhavadayushanam, this is the meaning. So this is the end of his commentary and end of this chapter. Iti sarartha darshinyam harshinyam bhakta chetasam ekatanishopi dasme sangata satam. So this is the end of Sarartha Darshini commentary, which gives pleasure to the heart of the devotees on 31st chapter. So this is the end of Gopi Geet. Any questions on this? Shailesh?
I have a general question. How to understand that gopis, or how to explain that gopis understood that Krishna was hiding from them deliberately? Because before he disappeared, he didn't give any message or didn't give any explanation.
Well, that's why he said that they are not sure why is he doing it. They're having different conjectures. They will not say that he is hiding from us for this reason or that reason, or they don't know. That's why they will ask him when he comes back, why did he leave? Sandeep ji.
Bhagavad Maharaj, as we have heard from you earlier also that this prema is, you will experience it here only, it's not after life, after death or something. So now this Mahabhava, like this life in you, life here in you, and in a very high pace of prema. So can this be experienced here, or is it you will just experience some glimpse of?
No, you cannot experience only for gopis. Prema you can have, but not all these states. This Mahabhava is experienced only by gopis. Sometimes maybe some queens. There are different levels. So this is not for everybody. So experienced here means whatever you achieve here, that's what you will have after death. It's not that after dying you will achieve something else. If you have not attained it here, you will not attain anywhere. That's what I mean when I say you have to experience here. Means our sadhya, which is prema, has to be acquired here.
Another question I had for you, that like in this world also, sometimes we hear very big dialogues from some people, but with the passage of time, we find that it is hollow. Just for the sake of saying, but there it's not actually like my life is in you and all that things, but then it turns out to be hollow. But here the difference is that this high mark, when you get, then this remains all the way. Is it like that?
So you think it's a problem, or what? You're speaking as if it is a problem.
No, I'm just trying to clarify. I said that here it is just all hollow and showbiz and that.
Because this is Antaranga Shakti, so it is not going to diminish. Here it is all material, and material things change. Material gunas undergo transformation. This is not material. It is Antaranga Shakti of Bhagavan. It's like him.
What are the 5 things that are determined at the time of birth?
One is age, ayu. There is ayu, dharma, cha, vidya, education, wealth, the way you will die. One more thing. I don't remember the first line.
Did you say age? Like the age you'll die is the first thing?
Yeah, lifespan.
Oh, lifespan. And then how you'll die, the manner that you'll die?
Yeah.
Oh. And then what did you say, education?
This is from Hitopdesh, in the very beginning. The second line is Panchetani Shrujyanta Garbhastha eva dehina Ayu Karam cha Vidya cha Ayu Karam cha Vidya cha Ayu Karam cha Vidya cha Dharma Nidhanam eva cha. I think that's how it is. So Ayu, Karma, what kind of activities you'll do, education, wealth and death. I think these are the 5. Anything else?
Possible question. Listen to me. Possible question.
Yeah, possible. Speak.
Please, I don't understand why Gopi washed in without dress, because in Vaishnava etiquette is not very good. I don't understand.
Why gopis?
No, in river swimming without dress.
The sound is not clear. There's anyone understand?
Without dress, they have washed without dress.
Dress.
Understand? Listen to me.
This is our dress, but I don't.
Dress?
You should type it, just type it.
Without dress, basin, and Krishna accepts his dress.
Grace.
Yes.
Grace. Accept His grace.
Grace.
Why is this Varuna Aparatha? Demigod Varuna Aparatha without dress, Bhashi.
Why did Krishna accept gopis' dresses? And he says that gopis were taking bath in the Yamuna naked, while it is an aparata towards Varuna to take bath in some pond or river being naked.
So what is the question?
So this is the question, why did Krishna accept gopis' dress?
Accept.
Yeah, but
Just to teach them lesson.
probably why did he steal
The question, excuse me, question why? This, no, Vaishnava etiquette, not possible have Bhajan without dress, but gopi go to the swimming without dress, to the river.
Yeah, so that is the mistake they made, and that's why Krishna punished them.
Oh,
He's teaching them.
okay,
He's teaching them not to do it.
okay. Teacher,
Yes.
the teacher,
Yes.
okay, thank you. Okay, thank you very much. Understand.
Okay.